Welcome back to our channel. It's Wednesday again, and Beyond the Gates has me obsessing over a web of overlapping theories. The more I try to piece the clues together, the more it feels like the story is heading toward a major turning point. With so many secrets, baffling decisions, and mounting tension, we simply have to break it all down together today. The latest teasers for Beyond the Gates suggest that Donnie and Andre seem down with playing by the rules. While they continue to go their own way, Nicole unexpectedly has to step in to save the day, and Jacob is preparing a special surprise for Naomi. Most notably, the state of Donnie and Andre's marriage remains increasingly unpredictable. Their relationship has taken a bizarre turn. They are no longer truly in sync, yet major secrets still lie between them. In the episode airing Wednesday, August 19th, the two are set to cross the line once again. But this time, is it just another impulsive move like so many they've made since their unconventional Las Vegas wedding, or will this be the final straw that completely alters the course of their marriage? Okay, let's assume everyone is lying. Because honestly, in the current landscape of Beyond the Gate, who isn't hiding something massive? Let's start with Donnie and Andre. They are going through a really rough patch right now, but basically, it's absolutely nothing compared to the absolute nuclear fallout that's going to happen more accurately, when their secrets come out. If we look at it as an investigation, that character is extremely suspicious. I mean Donnie, she slept with Bill on the night of the tornado. The tornado, talk about pathetic fallacy, right? A literal destructive storm outside and a metaphorical, life-ruining storm brewing inside. She's been keeping this secret for weeks now. Weeks. And it's not just a little white lie. It's a massive, relationship-destroying bombshell that sits right at the core of her daily life. I think the film is giving clues in a very subtle way about how the guilt is eating her alive. You can see it in her eyes during those quiet moments. But then I think again, is it? Sometimes she looks perfectly fine, completely normal, and that's what terrifies me the most. I hate that I understand why they did that, seeking comfort during a terrifying natural disaster, but the cover-up is always worse than the crime. But wait, actually, Andre is no saint here either. He has his own secret now, and it's equally baffling. His Playboy past is well known, basically an open book to anyone who has been paying attention, but nobody knows everything he did back then. He and Heather have a history together. And it's not all just romantic, though obviously that seems to be a huge, complicated part of it. When Andre reconnected with Donnie after his mysterious encounter with Heather, he didn't mention a single thing. Zero, zilch. He acted like nothing happened. It's not what the characters say that matters, it's what they're avoiding. He completely sidestepped the entire Heather issue. Why? What is he hiding that is so terrible or so compromising that he can't even hint at it to Donnie? Strange, really strange. The whole thing is strange. They are living this unconventional life together, and the trailers tease that they are about to step outside the usual rules. What does that even mean? An open relationship? A temporary break? I mean, not exactly, but something like that. Or maybe not. I don't know. If they decide to give each other more freedom, is that just a subconscious way to alleviate their own crushing guilt? Like if Donnie says, hey, let's have an open relationship, is she just thinking, if I let him see other people, my sleeping with Bill isn't so bad? But that creates a logical gap here that I can't ignore. If they open up their relationship, it just gives Heather and Bill the perfect, sanctioned opportunity to wedge themselves right in and destroy whatever foundation Donnie and Andre have left. Will Donnie continue to hide the Bill thing while Andre completely trusts her? Or wait, does he actually trust her? Maybe he suspects something and that's exactly why he's acting weird and keeping Heather a secret. Okay, I know I just said the opposite, but listen to me. What if Andre already knows about Bill and reconnecting with Heather is his twisted form of revenge? No, hold on a minute. That's too vindictive for Andre. He can be reckless, but he's not usually cruel. I think they are both just absolute cowards in love right now. When both secrets inevitably explode, do they even have the right to blame each other? It's going to be a mutual destruction, a beautiful, tragic mess of betrayals. Is their love strong enough to survive a double betrayal? Honestly, I think this might be the final storm that shatters them completely. The trust is gone, even if they don't admit it yet. Let's pivot to Fairmont Crest because my brain is jumping all over the place and I can't stay on one couple too long without getting stressed. Nicole is apparently stepping up to play the savior. And not by using her brilliant psychological skills, which is a shame because I love Shrink Nicole when she's psychoanalyzing everyone in the room. Instead, she comes up with a practical plan to help Noah get through the night of his upcoming open mic event in Uptown. Maybe it doesn't matter, but I noticed how heavily they are pushing Nicole into this maternal, supportive role for Keel's family. Will Noah suddenly lose his nerve right before stepping on stage? Probably. That's classic drama pacing. He's going to freeze, panic, and Nicole swooping in to restore his confidence will totally score her massive points with his dad, Keel. They are dating exclusively now, and this is a huge step in blending their lives. Actually, no, that sounds too serious and perfect. Let me back up. We need to look at the broader context of Nicole's life right now. She's saving Noah, but she's completely spiraling when it comes to her own son, Martin. Remember that intense conversation they just had? Martin casually asking about taking on a bigger project after his campaign ends, and Nicole's maternal radar just going off the charts. "What are you going to do, Martin?" she asks, full of suspicion. She can read him like a book, yet she's trying to play the perfect, easygoing stepmom figure to Noah. It's like she's overcompensating. She's nurturing Noah because Martin is shutting her out and scaring her with his hidden agendas. This is really complicated. Will her deep involvement with Noah make Keel realize she's becoming an indispensable part of his family? Yes, definitely. He's going to be so grateful. But I constantly wonder if Martin's secret project will blow up and ruin her newfound stability with Keel. She's building a home on one side while her own flesh and blood is lighting matches on the other. And while Nicole is playing happy family with Keel, her own parents are hitting a frustrating snag. Vernon's special plans for Anita get interrupted. What was he planning? An anniversary surprise? A grand romantic gesture? Who or what unexpectedly ruins it? Does Anita misunderstand the situation and think Vernon completely forgot a special day? I can totally see Vernon trying to keep the secret until the very last minute, playing dumb, which only makes Anita increasingly suspicious and hurt. It's a classic trope, but in this heavy dramatic setting, it feels like a necessary breath of fresh air, even if it's annoying for the characters. Maybe it doesn't matter, but I noticed how the show constantly contrasts young, messy, destructive love like Donnie and Andre with older, supposedly stable love like Vernon and Anita that still faces everyday communication issues. It grounds the show. Okay, now I need to dive into the darkest, most anxiety-inducing part of the storyline because it's stressing me out so much. Jacob. Oh my God, Jacob. He is doing everything to surprise his wife, Naomi, with a party. But let's look at Jacob's current mental state and physical reality. The timeline shows he's deeply investigating the plasma ring, and it has gotten incredibly dangerous. He was literally beaten to a pulp by his own contact, Ren. Ren threatened him in that abandoned warehouse, saying there's a heavy price for his snooping. So Jacob is currently operating under severe, crippling paranoia. He's cornering Grayson, the lab tech, in building elevators just to avoid being seen by anyone. He's desperate, terrified, and impatient. "Why are you ignoring my calls?" he barks at Grayson. He is a man on the edge, looking over his shoulder every single second. So, keeping that intense, life-threatening trauma in mind, Jacob decides he needs to do something nice for Naomi. I hate that I understand why they did that. he feels immense guilt. He's dragging this dark, violent plasma ring conspiracy around like a shadow, and he wants to create a tiny bubble of normalcy for his wife. He wants to pretend everything is fine. He asks Ashley and he asks Grayson to help plan a surprise party for Naomi. Okay, there's a logical gap here that I can't ignore. Why is he asking the guy he's harassing in elevators about a dangerous conspiracy to help with a party? Is Grayson a friend too? Or is Jacob using the party as a cover to keep Grayson close and monitor him? I mean, not exactly, but something like that. Or maybe not, I don't know. Maybe Grayson is just part of their wider social circle and Jacob has to pretend everything is normal to avoid arousing suspicion. That is wild and incredibly risky. And let's talk about Naomi. Poor, exhausted, overwhelmed Naomi. She is carrying the weight of the entire world on her shoulders. Her father, Bill, is in the hospital, which is terrifying enough. She's running the entire law firm in his absence, dealing with insane professional pressure. She's trying to figure out if Haley is having an affair, acting like a makeshift detective on top of being a lawyer. And on top of all that, and this is the absolute kicker, she's dealing with the terrifying reality of carrying the BRCA gene. The emotional toll of Jacob's secret missions, which she probably senses something is wrong with, given he's likely hiding bruises from getting beaten up by Ren, is crushing her. After weeks of worrying about Bill, the firm, and Haley, is Naomi just completely burned out and refusing to admit it? Yes, absolutely. Characters like her always push themselves until they physically break. So Wednesday arrives. The weekly preview showed this party scene. Jacob wants her to forget her troubles for just a moment. He wants to see her smile. But I think the film is giving clues in a very subtle way that this party is going to be an absolute disaster. Naomi is going to put on a brave face. She tried to look happy and surprised at the party just so Jacob doesn't worry, because she knows he's going through his own stuff, even if she doesn't know about Ren and the plasma ring. But her body is failing her, the prolonged stress, the severe exhaustion. What if it's triggering the early signs of ABRCE-related illness? I mean, stress doesn't cause genetic mutations to activate just like that overnight, but severe, chronic exhaustion can severely weaken the immune system and mimic or mask serious symptoms. While everyone is celebrating, Ashley smiling, Grayson looking nervously at Jacob trying to pretend he doesn't have bruised ribs, and a target on his back, Naomi is going to feel dizzy. The room will start spinning. She tried to hide it. She gripped the edge of a table, smiled through the pain, tell someone she just needs a glass of water, and then, boom, she faints. She collapses right in the middle of the surprise party. The irony is sickening and brilliant writing. Jacob creates this elaborate party to help her escape her troubles, to be her hero, and it ends up being the exact moment the entire family has to face an even more terrifying fear, her health. The party becomes a nightmare. Can you imagine Jacob's panic in that moment? He's already traumatized by Ren, jumping at shadows, his nervous system completely shot, and now his wife is unconscious on the floor. He's going to blame himself entirely. He'll think, if I hadn't been so obsessed with the plasma ring, if I had been paying attention to her instead of meeting Grayson in elevators, I would have seen how exhausted she was. I would have saved her. This is really complicated because Jacob is genuinely trying to be a good husband, but his secret life is inherently toxic to their marriage. Just like Donnie and Andre, the secrets are the real poison here. It's a recurring theme of the season. Strange, really strange. The whole thing is strange when you look at it from a bird's eye view. Donnie and Andre are hiding betrayals of the flesh and past sins. Martin is hiding his massive, disruptive ambition from Nicole. Jacob is hiding his physical trauma and the plasma ring danger from Naomi, while Naomi is hiding her physical exhaustion and fear from Jacob. Everyone is lying. I told you at the beginning. If we look at it as an investigation, every single character is guilty of omission. They all think they are protecting their loved ones by keeping them in the dark, but they are just building massive houses of cards waiting for a single gust of wind. Let me go back to Donnie and Andre for a second because my brain just made a weird thematic connection. Donnie's secret sleeping with Bill happened during a literal storm, a tornado. Naomi's collapse is going to be the start of a metaphorical medical storm. Are Donnie and Andre capable of weathering their storm the way Jacob and Naomi will have to? I honestly don't think so. Donnie and Andre's foundation is built on this unconventional sand. When the rules are broken, there's no safety net. Jacob and Naomi have genuine, deep-rooted love and history, even if it's currently smothered by intense stress and secrets. But then I think again. Maybe Donnie and Andre's lack of rules is exactly what will save them. Okay, I know I just said the opposite, but listen to me. If they have no traditional rules, maybe they can forgive anything. No, sleeping with someone else during a disaster and hiding it for weeks is too far. That's a line you don't cross, even in an unconventional setup. Ultimately, this upcoming arc is going to be an emotional meat grinder for us fans. We have Nicole trying to fix Noah's confidence while completely ignoring the ticking time bomb that is Martin's project. We have Vernon fumbling a romantic gesture for Anita, providing our only slight comic relief. We have Donnie and Andre tap dancing on a landmine of mutual betrayal. And we have Jacob throwing a party that will almost certainly end in an ambulance ride with sirens blaring. I am so stressed out just thinking about it. My thoughts are literally racing faster than I can type this out, and I feel like I need a whiteboard and red string to keep track of who is lying to who. I just hope Naomi is okay, but knowing the writers of this show, we are in for a long, agonizing medical drama arc, and Jacob is going to have to make an impossible choice between hunting down Ren and solving the plasma ring mystery, or staying by his wife's hospital bed. I mean, the choice should be obvious, but in this universe, is it ever? I guess we'll just have to wait and see.